Namaste, I am Gaurav Goyal from the Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostics, FPD, in the Department of Diagnostic and Community Health in JBW, Women's University, Jaipur, in the discipline of radiology. Today, we are going to discuss on this session. Today, we are going to discuss on this session about this session about the radiation protection in the X-ray room. Okay, radiation protection shielding in the X-ray room. X-ray room shielding. The objective of the radiation that is a X-ray room shielding or radiation protection in the X-ray room is a session of the course hospital administration in radio diagnosis. So let me start about the X-ray shielding. The objective of the radiation shielding in diagnostic X-ray facility is to protect first one is workers of X-ray department, second one is the member of the public, third one is the persons working adjacent to or near the X-ray facility. So the purpose of layout planning of medical X-ray facility is to ensure that radiation exposure to radiation workers and member of the public not exceed the dose limit that is prescribed by the competent authority like ICRP, International Commission of Radiation Protection. Shielding in diagnostic radiology is used to reduce exposure to radiation workers and the members of general public. The decision to utilize shielding, its type and thickness are functions of photon energy and intensity of ionizing radiation. Means the decision of utilizing shielding, its type and thickness are function of photon energy and intensity of ionizing radiation. As the thickness of the shielding material is interposed between X-ray beam and the point of interest. So now we are going to discuss about the how to reduce radiation dose to the individual or how to protect the individual from radiation protection. Reduce the time spent near the X-ray source, reduce fluoroscopy procedure time, increase the distance from the X-ray source. Third one is the interpose the shielding material between X-ray source and operator. Use of radiation protection accessories. Operation safety. Component of operation safety. First one is the handling of equipment by qualified person. Qualified person that has the person that have the eligibility that is required for handling of equipment and a proper knowledge or training. Use of protective accessories. First one is the mobile protective barrier, lead apron, organ seals like gonad seals or thyroid seals, etc. Uses of personal monitoring devices, PLD, preventive maintenance and the periodic QA of equipment. Okay, so preventive maintenance is also required and periodic QA means frequent QA of equipment is required, updating with the current regulatory requirements. Protection of staff or operator. Use protective devices, advisable skirt type lead apron to distribute weight. Use of lead apron 0.25 mm lead equivalent radiation dose would be reduced by more than 90%. So after wearing the lead apron, radiation dose would be reduced by more than 90%. Next one is the use sealing suspended screens, lateral sealed and table curtain. Table curtain must for interventional radiology procedure. So the 0.25 mm lead equivalent glass eyewear with side protection are used. The ways to minimize radiation exposure. Always collimate to the area of interest. The larger the amount of tissue the beam is allowed to irradiate, the more scatter radiation is produced. Next one is the avoid holding of infirm patient by staff. Provide protective apron to the attendant while holding such patients. Next one is the always operate the equipment from behind the protective barrier or using lead equivalent apron. So when an operator doing the work or any performing any procedure, then he or she has to wear a lead apron, or stand behind the protective barrier. Okay. During fluoroscopy exam, always make sure that build in safety. During fluoroscopy exam, always make sure that built in a safety devices such as flap or ceiling suspended glass, couch hanging flap as applicable are available and use it on routine basis. Next one is the during use of mobile X-ray equipment, stand at least 6 feet away from the patient and wear lead apron. So maintain a 2 meter or 6 feet distance from the X-ray equipment and patient. Okay. During CR procedure, standing on the side of the image intensifier is safest because there is a more scatter produced at the entrance surface side of the patient. During use of portable X-ray equipment, ensure that X-ray tube is immobilized on the stand and film cassette shall not be held in hand by any person. And fluoroscopy, a radiation level increases decreasing distance from the patient. Highest scatter radiation, uh, highest scatter radiation are often near the operating stand. In general, an operator positioned 3 feet from the X-ray beam entrance area will receive 0.1% of the patient's entrance skin exposure. Staff members positioned further away from patients receive much less exposure due to inverse square law because the intensity is inversely proportional to the distance square of the distance. Proper storage of radiation protected devices, lead aprons, etc. Personal monitoring badge or a guideline for proper use of TLD badges. We have TLD badge inside the lead apron at chest level radiography. One inside the apron at chest level, additional wrist badge for procedures requiring hand close to the primary beam. After work, store TLD badges in radiation free area. Control TLD card should be kept away from radiation area. Radiation protective accessories. First one is the mobile protective areas like 1.5 mm lead equivalent, lead apron, 0.25 mm lead equivalent, should be lead equivalent of 0.25 mm, thyroid shield 0.25 mm lead equivalent, Bonard shield 0.25 mm lead equivalent, IVR shield 0.25 mm lead equivalent. Rubber imaging flaps IR image sector 0.5 mm lead equivalent. Hand glove 0.525 mm lead equivalent. Lead glass window 1.5 mm lead equivalent. Door lead lined 1.7 mm lead equivalent. These are the thicknesses of different protective devices. Accessories. Accessories. Radiation safety. Carry out quality assurance testing of each and every X-ray equipment once in 2 years. First number, improve imaging standard. Second one is the increase the life of the X-ray tube equipment by avoiding retakes. Third one is the useful in reduction of unnecessary patient dose and hence dose to the staff. Okay, so radiation safety is required for those reasons. A good knowledge of equipment specification and characteristics is essential for an effective optimization of radiation protection. Second one is the occupation doses can be reduced by reducing patient dose. The proper use of equipment, including shielding devices, is essential. Quality control protocols. First one, the justify the procedure. Second is the ask for record of previous diagnostic procedures. Third one is the plan the procedure, right patient, right contrast, purpose of scan investigation. Know well about your equipment setting. Fifth one is the ensure only qualified and a trained operator should operate the equipment. Inform patient about his her ensure only qualified and trained operator should operate the equipment. Inform patient about his procedure. Next one is the handover procedure record. CV, disc and reports including radiation dose record to the patient. And ensure that daily and periodic QA are performed and equipment performance is satisfactory. Okay. So next, these are the protocols. Patient protection. Radiation safety during X-ray examination of patient is ensured by limiting the total beam on time. Second one is the avoiding oblique lateral projection. Next one is the prior to exposure, collimate the X-ray beam to the area of interest. Avoid post-exposure cropping of the image. Next one is the selecting low dose rate protocol. Next one is the use of correct exposure protocols for patient examinations, including pediatric protocols. Next one is the monitoring of DLP in CT and DAP values of IR procedure. Next, the record keeping of patient dose of CT and IR procedures. Image receptor procedure. So, in this session, we had discussed about the radiation protection protocols and accessories and equipment and the protective devices and about how to reduce the patient or operator dose when operator taking radiograph or X-ray imaging or X-ray procedure. So it is a very important session for the student of BSc system in the hospital admission radio diagnosis. So we can be able to reduce the dose for him or herself or and the patient. I think you all satisfied with this session. If you have any queries, then put it into the comment box. I will resolve it later. Thank you. This session is powered by TXT version 2.0, Jayavati Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Thank you.